and professional for his boldness and professionalism in the polls and presenting the results. I watched the findings of the end-line polls on Movement TV this morning. Fred Agona Swedro. Prof.
Yes, sir.
Wama Bawumia 49.1. Me sure say John Boy no nya adwen. Wama GM 45.8. Me sure say Sami Jimfie no nya adwen. Wama MPP said the list on binya 148 seats. Or they me sure say John Boy no buy adwen. But research no. How far?
Good.
And I pay the election 2024 now.
General Medoase na match champion for me no studio.
Ya Josubium
Doc ne menua JB. Etifo nyina so mo match. We dey eyeboko sebe ense wensu a the kind of chenchina. I mean, what you do is what you be known for.
Yeah.
And yes, I na ense utu no wensu asend there. You who's a number be 20. Sabi me so majuma me no me director of research and innovation ma Kumasi Technical University and Kamajuma ho classically, but from 2014 I took interest in elections research. Satana penifo holding about boy be benefit nominee ade na they were doing it. Me here to benchmark ABA predictions na be no market can. Number keeping me data to see whether how is it going to differ from the actual to my first public I buy 2020 elections and also if the issue and you better yeah. In fact me manakumia me name so do me nintia ono kwa na far work in serious. In fact from left and right, I'm saying it frankly, from left and right, MPP full be no catch them Kumasi say me by say me better dey am so na me chere ma dey na election aye free SHS aye dey na predictions so mo so menya 56% and 52% near the me say 51.4. Say me doom omuja na bibi NDC for so are very good friends in NDC. In fact, General Secretary na ho sa time no Kwame Zu na me ni nyina net staff ba ko so Kumasi Technical University nya charge ho.
Kwame Zu no charge ho.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes. On free for your PhD.
Okay.
If I say you're reducing the schedule of study leave near. Although you share me straight up or say chale tight here 10%. Australia me find share man. I'm a cogis kind of person. They all rubbish that. In fact, me share my student back a very vibrant member of the NDC. In fact, na hoke can was so papa me Kwame to or Ashanti region Kumasi. Or you're very vibrant. So on number be on ya me no me ade. Onu share me no mama report from the ground that differs from memory research report no.
Okay.
Onu dey say be my student no to enti me anka sent me, but he wanted to prove to me say my research it was wrong as to omumu evidence more grounds. We found the Sereni Abasa. This be Minia penny and me up. And no friend, me agro na say kasa and you may be 8. Anybody who's not about an upper 5. Like step by step. That be step by step, trying to understand. Set to say, you say no, there are 200 bisa we no come on, really? Yeah. In fact, then I make us assembly. And many did not take it serious. And now researcher be any no more said you yes you say and I say you confirm and I saw ye obanwiem. And me manwiem and I mean can be and free that so be a mason ho. And I said you me fa unko so movie I said ya ni nyina ye wo. And I mean evidence say mako 4,272 communities. 4,272 communities. In fact, to share my report in the morning, but picture be a crobison and me try. Media two gas. And I'll be saying, why bit me actually? I'll bet you actually met you idea. Back on just to see I know being friend from rest see any panic a child. Mention idea.
No network, no vote. Sign much over.
All the person has to do is that a crow way or constituency way me fancy what child. In fact, the brain now suggested with the abanina so far will be any who are watcher. But see, you also issue where be a better report in India to me. I guess the Abbas see correctly. No, much what they were.
No network, no vote. Oko, how many constituencies?
4,000
communities. Oko communities
is nearly 276 Nina.
Oko Nina.
Yes, including Guan.
Really?
including Guan, the newly created constituency Muba Parliament for the first time.
And we interviews with over 100,000 people.
Yes. And now we are cleaning researcher BN say you have to subject to data, raw data, to some level of reliability or consistency check. If you move fairly test, you have to take them out because we cause discrepancy and as a nuisance onto the data. It me 105,000, 153. And me if you make 99,355. It's only clean data. Medium analysis drawn from all 276 constituencies here in Ghana. Now, Emra, what want to say? Baby, I subsample of the population. Population near 18 million voters. All the regions Ghana. And now, you into constituencies. The central limits theorem, they say, sampling the fine, but because of heterogeneity of our population, heterogeneity nature say we are not homogeneous.
That's what we are doing.
In fact, Kasa Krama adwene musisa. Sabe nkrafo hia na ebia krobofo hia. They can differ. The language can even be a cause of heterogeneity in their thought. Nafi, Ahinie, Amania, America, a lot of things. Historical, political history, creative, and Crawford differ in identity. OG heterogeneity, DDR. And then man say, select your sample from all the possible subsamples. Into 276 adino uni ahodia wetimi ayekra opese udi mraswa heading to obey the law is quite expensive and difficult. But me yes to try and obey the central limits theorem. Now, the minimum sample size and coming here, 16,500 for the population that we have, and I'm saying it.
16,500.
Yes. And say population no say heterogeneous population na omunyu nko benkromua. And ye one fakra no so timifa 16,500. Because I know be name but I mean all my class. And could have proved to him that for a small NI. Na subscript Z score underscore B. So subscript P na shape konomono. What does it mean? We be sauna or read the Bremia. Memoirs of the equation mama say population size has an effect on the minimum sample size you need to take. It is not as simple as
so being well until
yes. Obi on live TV told me that sampling is simply taking part of the whole, and there is no minimum. Just say the way the government, the energy with which I panic around. I was like, if I hire a TV show, we are not in class. And can my graduate PhD for and so far. Many difficult supervisor, but seriously, I will make sure the writing is there in the memoir. Many difficult. I told you, try back when went to me, try me, no, to me, I'm a GIAM. No, wash it. Say, when I'm a person, in fact, my supervisor or supervising my master's in the chair, Miss Adiano. Nana cannot from Prof for K University. Or my try it, do baby or shot, my try any, but nothing. And not the trust no a year at the corner. It would have clear 50 on me, fit that. I told myself, so supervisor. Yes, I'll let my students try, but I do believe I'm a student now. I'll try and find. I learned this thing from him. But that is how I go about my things. Since sanity, maybe a minimum of 16,500 new year. The inertia of large samples is a law, statistical law. You are another law, statistical regularity. The law of statistical regularity. I don't blame. Me na me say me yeah. Scientific research into maybe I'm subjecting me to some of these things. Many will just collect data, analyze, and say you are collecting 500 say into no say ya na echo. Me na me have one subjecting me into all those laws are written near the into we are catch us say as you increase the sample size, what minimum na the more you increase, the more you get closer to the characteristics of the population. To the larger, the better. The largest sample size anybody can do is the size of the population. But as you inch closer, increase the sample size, your findings becomes more reliable and stable and begins to take the view of the entire population as you increase the sample size. Nobody should raise an argument, say, will be a sample size of 1,000, why a sample size of 100? Now, more core argument. The size of the sample alone weakens the entire argument. That alone weakens the and I'm speaking as a lecturer, a professor of statistics. Sabi, meaning she cried the name statistics. And let's take note of this. You can improve on the research that we do by taking some of these things into account. Sabi, I don't have any interest. Me just say any research be answer or organ have interest. The American say, let's do the right thing. Let our methodology be solid. Mamenka last time.
Winning, and I don't know.
Okay, but your last year as JB so.
Oh, the last time Grant say,
yeah,
you were quite very fast with JJ data. It be a telephone interview, it be a face-to-face near day. But Obia what's in a classroom for level 100 and now BB will know say the weakest of all is telephone interview.
Really?
Yeah. The advantage of in-person face-to-face ne say meti heya drop team enemy. Maybe some question that we hear on the crano. The body language can give you an additional information.
Okay.
Until yes cry be on my or be yes and anybody can know you can see. And that the environment can give you an additional information. In fact, skills are a day measurement. You know, you say the ratio scale is the deepest, the nominal scale is the weakest. The nominal scale is the weakest because with your phones you can only categorize the person as NDC MPP. You can only categorize as a. Beyond categorization, you cannot rank. You cannot say we are a stronger this or a weaker. Yes, you can't rank. Apart from so we mean rank, you can't measure. We mean putting it within any space. All these things must guide. And it's expensive to do face to face. In fact, the adage will be one cry. O person will attend to you in internet. So many time kakra na mo bon komo kakra. And to thought be a question I say like the one we have. Over graph a local level needs. You hear toilet, you hear choir, you hear say. Sound common. Because you are eliciting sensitive information, that is the first in common that will relax the person. Onu boni krumun common na wa mo ba se kwan fa so o ba se wa hu ye. Me jina ha so bit my caller. You say now the person has become part of the research. Answer now the other part of the questions no. Aman. Who call the host straight ko bisare na NDC na MPP o be challenge. But if you get involved in the community challenges near there, you relax the person, he opens up to you. I may recommend say all researchers who seeks to do research, especially under heterogeneity conditions, say you must make sure say you take his animal way into account. Send your research never ban. You see, so yeah, we the bar and your prediction will be confirmed by the actual. But near chance say why is sound scientific research work? In fact, near better to a papa so no. And just say be a nediano may not come through, but so be to papa so na nediano bemwa. Yes, merely lack or chance. And yet because say or respect scientific methods now under this circumstance will be able to go through scientific methods has a higher likelihood of the results being confirmed than your ben or haphazard or
then a chance research and a bebem.
Oh, me quite me more research. All I'm saying is that this is feedback from the people, and that politicians should spare us the option of a runoff because Seba 45.8 and 49.1 there. And in 4 weeks to election, Mubetimi spare the whole Ghana, the stress, the anxiety. Now you have to spare us. Until the mature regions are strengthened, go and consolidate your gains in those regions. Baby, a year 50-50, and also go and fight for a very greater share of it. 45.8, 49.1. Ubeti say 49.1 has a lesser work to do to cross, but 45.8, and also when he works hard, can cross. Enti adaroma. Mon spare ye munya jumaden na mumu nyina yenya one touch adi spare ye home off the stress in adi.
Mekwa go be a politician, but to be some canchos no network, no vote, or say it is Sakai in the Sisala East district.
media de mentra ho.
Okay, that's Lamte King. And now the by Obiso say it is Zezera in the German district.
Because German ho or you any but
okay. And Obidia or the Miansaba or say Sakai in Upper West and Yano or say Wawesua in Sunyai East or say any a Seshi Surano. I was if you be quiet. There be any Boabin Ediba.
And here be a Bibi Sassy, Mia.
But that particular picture.
No. Okay, Mamma Clue, Mima Cludium Behu. The region now, Abium Behu. May also be the about. Okay, there be by. It is a say no. Open so original. Some member
okay, but region, let's zero in on the regions.
Let's zero in on the region. It is in Ashanti region. You see, a man for Bobo baby no work chain because they think say network challenge, you know, a honor ever.
It's in Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Hey. Kojo Dixon Krum, your friend say. Kojo Dixon, I bet Kojo Dixon Krum. I bet Kojo Dixon Krum. I bet Kojo Dixon Krum. Kokotro.
There we don't travel.
Because Kojo Dixon
that was why.
There be honor me. It's a Kokotro.
All those pictures were
Ahmad will brekum or say it is new Edubiasi.
Uncle Kruno.
Kai, let's just say new Edubiasi. Hey, Ahmad, you see Kakruno. New Edubiasi is too large.
Uncle Kruno.
Price no nyan
let me send me the idea.
Debbie.
Yeah, Kwame.
One Onam and a wutiti and our year Juma. In the meantime, Jeffrey Sefa Amoakon, yes, we team or YouTube. So good morning to you, Jeffrey Sefa Amoakon, who's listening and watching on YouTube. Have a beautiful day. My YouTube squad, good morning to you. JB Unako campaign. At saying, based on this research, they be brave, Abba.
Kwame.
Yes.
At least for the past 20 years, researchers in this country or political or posters try as much as they can say election beba to me based on data a war at the chair. The beneficent comes to mind.
Yeah, beneficent
immediately. His pioneering work in that area huge. And sometimes we send a software we fake ones. We now fake ones, and so I've been now to be can be a bit and all that. But me as who I am and the kind of work I do, research in the end crown so Miss Happy. She say, percentage now we na say we no hear me. Now, particularly where time I hear research, any time available for me to change things going forward, any hear me.
Okay.
The other me share research I'm correct say issues ben I see omujina so at the twaba.
Yeah.
Then near me here until where we are, I'll say good roads. Now good roads me kai say and then another towards 2020 elections baby obeko biara answer no hen mbona baso nwie na yakwan no now share kwan so ayaye within 8 years aban bia di wa ye a kwan a sane MPP aban and no try say we still have challenges with our road network. And Nutina, sa drip here by
very important.
Masa, sa drip here by me fee in Quanta number 1 and 2 or our win constituency na maybe. Now Usha at this time no a quite see. Utume nko elubu, utume mba enchi. Na baby a quite see pa anso mo ta to my NDC. But a quite see over the period. It's way Makwala or contest or Abanga Yakubu Fuseni. Now, share over just a short period on one casa who provided fuel for drip machine. See, and then drip never so akeko got a chair on a banka fele. And you can see the demeanor of the people. So, it's a youth employment. The second, potable water, public toilet facility. What think how you say you understand? Even question I raise about schools. Masa, one major I have never seen in my life in this country. Say aban bi aba or the policy bi aba aka efie bia wo Ghana ha. Aban ba ye programs, ye policy say. But Akufo-Addo free SHS. Ama efie bia wo Ghana ha krache bi efie fim. Now, some of the stories Kwame is chilling. We've lost bright people in this country. Say, "Para, omako school, say we work crassy." Now we to a year no a year for those time middle schools living certificates. Distinction. You see those times no cry no. Now there's this notion say secondary school ne boy do beyond the means of the ordinary person.
Yeah.
Beyond the means of the ordinary person. And that school fees, a boy do mom dear. But because the awareness, no cry upon your no cry, the parents himself, to be. It is a say, Kwame. Go to be your resource when you have the distinction, power do if you have a year before.
When you crank one pass it.
Well, on person because who's a crisis school no, you results nearby you will be a performance.
Yeah, because it's
now your school not that so fear is one trauma no parent want to go through. Come here, say my here cano I say this a name this a bida. Nima pay a bill toma a bill tomo come the obco siawa just and you have to
Kwame Dan can say train for 1 month. Or bet okay on Wednesday. I said train for 1 month.
A bit to be
Kwame Dan can here central.
1 month they said they free no crowd.
1 month 4 years.
For 1 month eh?
No cause me 3 4 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Antina research in Professor Troka.
No me more you ma pass it pass so.
Or better than
4 years.
Yeah.
Or better than
a story.
You understand? It is one major and Kwame no. It is only education. Netumema oyeni ba any sikeni ba etra table modidi. Only education. Only education. Akufo-Addo go for din say ebi o da sikemu ya wonu tu sikemu. Akufo-Addo ne nana on go school da o. Koko ya no mo do ya no de hwe ne papa. Na ahensam no so ahemfie no so boaye. Dom de hwe no for atane JB Dankwa. Koye law e Bible chief justice a. Ono so de ahwe ne ma enne Odedi president. John Micro ya your former president. Ni nana uncle school baby ya. Ni papa ne call ye teacher training. Those times na ni pano and also papa bia o ye teacher. Ye Nkrumah Breso oda ni minister. Not the share ne ba. Ni betu mi call ye onu cross and free education. E will not. No the edi president. Rise ya ono the ana me kan na Kwame with the assemblyman. With the
yes, so on the assemblyman.
No, government appointee.
Me and the minimum.
Oh yeah, MP
na minimum.
Oh yeah, deputy minister.
Yes.
Oh yeah, minister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, vice president. Or the no, at a massive presidency, the closer the fan or the count.
When you 4 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
Hey, the president 5 months has a okay, send me, yeah. Who say a friend is saying Chicas are quarter in your man. It's your define, that's your define with Chicas, and I know just a half. Or DB, I know just a half. No, or DB. Answer. Ono answer say the president. Go na who be say hey aden. Dem bion crowd account.
There be not just your experience.
Yeah, but I say pa dem bion.
Or experience.
So, any education nka on to be into ho. Bawumia kroya. Bawumia ne Jenny ne to say John Mama kroya.
Really?
Yeah, ono so papa.
Yeah, okay.
Teacher training. Obeye Bawumia be minister. Na the alternate you Bawumia papa few are there dey.
Yeah, the Bawumia papa the best.
Aba those guys. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Dog with him.
Debbie.
Northern region. Yeah, GM Papa as regional minister. Bawumia Papa in the best.
Wow.
So
interesting, interesting. Your politics are interesting.
Na ojina so e de share ne ba. Bawumia. Na nka Kwame nka Bawumia New Patriotic Party. And I say it with pride. Because your party in your party a did that for more. The party in your party and want to party in your party answer no being rising to level below. Now you're shaking and kasangasa. Go better running bit and I say even presidential candidate in the New Patriotic Party.
Education?
It's because of education. Strangely enough, you're talking about 7 December. The 2 leading contenders in this election in United North. Now, first, you have 2 leading contenders over North. It's because of education. And no, say, me say, me see Kenya. That's why I was surprised. And this wasn't right. They weren't wrong. For them to say, you to win your free SHS, they were right at that time because it will cost you so much, like almost 3 billion a year.
And
they're running expenses. Sometime in school, do draw near here. Now, if I do draw, fear, school, no, there's no way they could contemplate, say, I buy the to me, aye. But we in the New Patriotic Party, you name addition for so more baby. Kwame, there are typical examples, and I think that you as teachers must also take this into consideration. Shagana ha, your GDP ya do koko. As a young couple no sheda Ghana no na. To say,
o
sheda ball we are seno. We are senior my papa bia. The father seni. Any humans here for developer or to be Ghana. Cocoa, bauxite, lithium, gaga, Nina, Yakikabo, Nina, Afi, in $75 billion as our GDP. Kwame when say Uber app, Uber. Omunika o baby app ne keke o.
Omuni office cry.
Me say app ne keke no. Omu revenue. $85 billion. Revenue. Apple. Me say, Kwame, when you say Microsoft, revenue for the year, $203 billion. Me can say, net worth, net worth is over $3 trillion. Bagui there na mintu nka IBMB said then there's affordable hotels in there.
Airbnb.
Big Debbie said that they be having hookah.
Airbnb
hookah Kwame.
And I also IDMB.
Because how many hotel baby how many hotel but almost revenue over $40 billion a year. Over 40. Kwame. Yanka say Ghana ha. Yanka say Ghana ha. Gold I see too gidi na gold na yenya gold na yenya we ni ma nyina no. Unu ni nyina last year the 2023 $500 million. MTN network almost revenue for last year was over $1.2 billion. Not just say we are see baby air corner. You do pen so bia. You miss the first industrial revolution. You miss the second. You miss the third. Since you do fourth
industrial revolution.
La voila. A whole enya ado. Any ejuma din keke. But the smartness of the ejuma no. Obeyano. na de revenue kesiye edi mpuntu ebaba wa brabo. There's no country say this time around. Enti me election aye ko yi. My friend say Bawumia ne Jomama me na mati company. Me pe chief executive. Between me. What I find this in MPP to change. NDC almost 16 years, 16 years na ekodi. Baby I do or baby I wiase afana nyina edu. I know I've been going to Kenya of late.
Yes, you.
Uko Kenya. The level of their digitization process. Koko run eto and koto koko and I say umumu na ko be.
I know friend the M-Pesa no.
So, it's a be developer. Enya adoni nyama yo eno ye pa. Sebe ko ye nim asoman. Na ye tumi Kwame mama ka be jo.
Na adono ka hwe mani.
Oh, there be nyawo.
Me ye farmer.
Oh, farmer be fa. Tuto bi di farmer. Kwame. Yeah. The man ye call IMF last 2 years. Na sika na $4 billion. $3 billion. Na say Elon Musk Echo support to Donald Trump winning ye. Ne kasa keke one day. Ni share on income. What Tesla mu within 1 day no onya increase of $20 billion. Kwame enya agro ni edio. Say yet na ha na ye de nyama di agro. Say enemre digitization ngodi dokuno na ye. Kwame digitization alone. Say to me it's just like what happens in India. Obi she krase ye na or a check no ye ana way or Instagram account or Twitter account or Facebook. Oti wa no exporting in yema edeko. Dokun aye ken. Say ye ni die ken ye di dokun nya ene. Ye started di dokun nya.
Me no betoy.
Nkofu Kwame omunya dokun ho faso aye ye di dokun no keke no. Aye fa digitization ka ho e yo mo tete abroche. Dokun e turn 5 cedis wo ho. E ho ye turn best $4. $4 multiplied by even 15 eh
60 cedis. 60 cedis.
Nti dokun kitwa na ye turn no 4 cedis 5 cedis no. Utubi export fi ha ediko UK ediko Kenya ediko where e 60 cedis. And to the turn dokun e wo UK no o sika because the input aye dey dokun no the cost is almost the same. The input brother auto ni labor ni nyama nyina the cost is almost the same. Did they give it to me aye amaye nuanom a omo ye dokun no is to be able to educate them for them to understand say bibi abefo nimdie kakra wo ho a ye betumi de account bi aye dokun no ho na dokun na tumi anya shelf life about 6 months 1 year. And no alone can change the lives of our people. This is the world we are moving into. This is the world. See, I better not say. Nia no said ye ko ba ye ko ya. Na nipa ba ko en ferry. Na Elon Musk ikra onyo bro ni pa bia o. Ye ni na na fi ha.
You be na no ya do. Oye bro ni.
Onyo bro ni pa bia. Na ni bro ni en say ye ni na na what South Africa.
Oye bro ni.
Ye ni na fi South Africa. Na ono kwa sika. Kwa me obetu ama ye nyina akoda.
Obetu na to Ghana kra.
Oh, na Ghana ye ton ya. But the west of Ghana no there's no money anywhere. I bet you are to Ghana. So you put your Niema into proper perspective. Now you to me concentrating on areas. And let be a medical cocoa industry. My example, me there no be my conclusion on this research. Cocoa industry, I'm my example. Kwame said the total revenue stream in the entire cocoa industry throughout the world, no, around $200 billion. $200 billion. Omo edua cocoa ahataton keke no. Omo nya just $10 billion so. In fact, Ghana, yani Cote d'Ivoire, they produce around 60%. Ghana last year cocoa enya revenue na $1.6 billion. Omo Omo added value, manufacturing, processing, marketing, financing of cocoa, cocoa dano. Over $190 billion of the income stream.
Chocolate.
$190 billion. Then we are here. Corporate manifesto of the NDC and NPP. Go and look at it. Increase in cocoa producer price. We are fighting within just the 5% of the entire economy, and none of them is saying, you were 190 billion, baby. That is where we must be fighting. On an increment in the revenue, rapid. It's in cocoa, and keke. As I say, your committee in the production of cocoa. Those times I check legacy now, dog cocoa na head. So in terms of production of additions to cocoa products, revenue in the air, sorry, do they be I think say this elections for me and smart spec and the conclusion and I'm a pepper.
Yeah.
The conclusion and say we are MPP4. Omo ye juma kwa na so na and I say men ke come home. One ke come home election no e be ko second round. Also some be ye juma bio.
According to Smart Sarpong.
According to Peo. Me wo be say this kind of quality research. Best 4. It be ba me frɛ no also 56 constituencies be I imagine a ho na e be di ho agro. My GCC now they are to me baby a 52, baby a 58 constituencies. At least me shafula. Wait to me who they also mean have 30 people. Not 2 weeks okay. Now you need akosi ho. I just 30. You just 30 they come 128 you know what? You were 150 plus.
But the question I may be so smart, I may be so. I don't know quite no research. Research ni be super chair said John Mahama be winning one touch. Ain't he adding now the premium to smart the end of so the other one's offer premium.
Oh, that you premium make what you say me the tuning in also. Because me share research.
Because so that's only a good quality.
Me try there me average na ma fa. Once I'm born ne there no. Me fa research best me and some menya average. Now me who say baby and numbers ne dano in terms of parliamentary presence and possibility of win no best 146. Oh baby, you understand? And now presidential no. Best 6 months ago it was worse for the New Patriotic Party.
Really? I
tell you. Until say Bawumia and the campaign pick it up no. Now you research sometimes to mean 35%. Bisa smart or to Bisa no 35%. But I inch it up. Mr. Amo ya pese di bro nya kakra. Because they come 2008 Kwame. Near to abawie on the 7th. Now for trying because within 3 weeks I was to
28th. After 28 they call time.
Just a new year nyina no na ye determine the intimate stress obiara biara baby adu no ye nyina ye de ye ho bagim kakra e betumi aye na say we baby adu nya afa na ekosesa obi baby adu is to intensify omo elections no kwabra o dey afre kwabra ye boa I met them and I do I know some of the politics but I'm sure that they start in US. Now me catch on say one year Trump will win. But at that time, all the research and the polls were towards Kamala. Obia Filigana Hakrangofo nyina nansi no. Trump no, dia mo kika no mbuyamo. Ono the all is to deepen on the support base. To make sure that the support base no ever turn out to vote. Or yes answer. We win elections. That's why he concentrated. It's the most drop ahead. Trump and Van Hokra. They're not protected and say Munchiluntum. So because when you saw we need person more there now to the egu.
So must start to go.
Oh, to go now. Judge no come my judgment to cause Osama be also based on changing events and dynamics, checking the jurisprudence of them ya to egu. You understand? It may catch Kwame. We are winning this elections. So, we are winning because of Nyema. Within 8 years, yes, yeah, canon and just within 8 years, no, you have creating heavy mobile. No. Aftermath of COVID, and then Nyema Akoso, Nyema those times so call UK. So pay a friend and say, roll on, maybe £1, 1.5, and then the rest of 5-6 pounds. It is all cotton 6 pounds or first, and you turn of 5-6, you have a ton, sir, you turn, sir. So let me tell you. But in all this, no, we share within 8 years. Nyema ya ye, akwanya ya ye, schools are yesisi, industries are ya support to omo, digitization baby aye di edu. Na nyema bebre o akwame unya se ube nante no wako pe. Na me gidi say you best strengthen no. Na nyame boa. Na baby amewo me ankasa me we kra. Unim say every year no I will say what we call state ownership reports. This report will enable you as a citizen, as president or policy makers to be able to determine the performance of all state-owned enterprises. Can you believe, say, in the year 2016, out of 175 state entities, no, only 18 filed their returns.
Really?
Out of 18, no, two, and read my lips, only 2 filed their audited financial report. 2. So 2016, no, yeah, but yes, our report, no, around 2020. If you are president, former president. Also, when we were there, some of the entities were breaking even. We are the ones who break even. You didn't know. And I'm challenging him, say, there be no who say any entity in this country has ever broken even. Never. For the first time in the history of SIGA, reporter now backlog. 2021, we've issued it this year. 2022, we've issued it this year. 2023, the August year, it is this year. I'm going to website. You know the performance of all these entities. Some financial reporting and MBA. Not 2016, make 18. We call a state-owned reporter. 145. You creative be a friend or entity portal servicer. We will launch it very this evening. Yet say your launch here, we will be linking up with all the state entities. The amount of financial statement, you know, quarterly statement, you know, performance, we know government, yet the office pay me also at the airport in Sabeka. You real-time reporting of all activities of our entities. And I can tell you, Kwame, whoever you win here, that figure is a game changer. Because you have over 400 billion worth of assets in the hands of these entities. Now you have 10% profits for revenue and you 40 billion a year. After now you condoms taxes. After now you cutlass taxes. This alone is a major source of revenue for the development of our country. Maybe in the size of the law, if you I will say a catechism. We see a guno, baby, or how changing mandate. The mandate has changed. First, now, cano, and a since ya, because this year, uncle, yeah, PPA, or it took us a Ghana Supply Commission, almost supply why dear then. These are things, sir. We have done all those work. We are the to abandoning. Some of these entities must change. Some of these entities are so matured enough, say, We can simply put them on the Ghana Stock Exchange. They don't do stock exchange. Government is not a businessman. Government must reduce its interest and shares in most of these business. Allow people like Kwame Sefa Kyei and co to also invest in these entities. Yes, they'll be interested in how these entities run. They will be interested in who become their CEO. They will be interested in who become their board and their board chairman. I can tell you, because the same entity like Siga, my friend is saying, Nancy Kwame call
Kenya.
Kenya. Asia Hoi.
Singapore.
As far back as 1971, no one realizes say someone from Rabi Amba near to run state entities. We know how they put it. Or say policy makers will be doing policy in the morning and doing business in the evening. in order to avoid doing business in the evening, law say all of them should be under the Companies Act, and many of them has been faced to their stock exchange. Buying so interest in all of them less than 40%. Do you know, say Thomas Sekaye Sigaway, almost close to $800 billion assets throughout the world.
Wow.
Almost branches were US, UK. What is the argument for this election? What's the argument? What is the argument? Kufoti honor so maybe party the presidential candidate ni abrantie minim no stam no sir then the baby edu enya Kufo so the ka say yen koto ma Bawumia yeah campaign na Kufo wan ka bibia advice in order to ensure peace and order me party ni Kufo on free party or party so Bawumia ye obi a taking into consideration baby a ye way any baby a we ase e kono me did say you did Ghana at this time. Now what is the basis for all those tantrums I had? What is the basis for that? So Mr. Meboa now then I want meeting. Who are your party? Are you with us? No, but I can't understand. Logic na eti say eti Kakufo ekasa no oso okay nti Bawumia no ye presidential candidate ma wa ye ni nema no obi nso wo ba bia ede no so na first no kan ye ho ana se nti ono nso nkamo na no so be argument o and come sometimes ya bongo kra na yetia ye should that tia se be fa sa because I Romani so
na Romani adi be mun na
ye tia se ye did it Kwame maybe next week mesa abahabi
hey obey
I me be dey say aba baby adu no dey e was a cartoon and the professor the conclusion is say biara fani hunji because baby I saw on my no akosino si enya aban a ni mbia no
time na so
oh that's a prof no mo kira de son no you wait to have one man dey ti the talk and the I said after the tea it's Kwame
we all brave just gun credro
baby o man na kodu no o man no ho adwuma ye ho ka no e wo soro si enya aban a ana odikani a nsem eden no de abefo adwuma a eno boa ema sika yenya asoman no beko nanima niema pa ya ye no wanhwa Kwame e beko yechi niema bebre wo hunting down say one major program of Bawumia is to train 1 million youth in digital related processes. A simple process. I know incomes ebe ma no. Many samo.
Aka 4 minutes.
JB.
Aka 4 minutes.
Only say many samo.
Debbie, aka 4 minutes.
Tio. 4 minutes ni there. Yeah ni aba ha. Na hear me what platforms are we na we ka. 4 minutes there. Time no there.
Hey, na me turn na me video.
Yeah, T station ana o we. No.
Chama, Dr. Benso onyam resa o. It is say na we di o JB na. Just a Roman 4 minutes.
I was
okay, medical card.
My conclusion is a member Professor Abaso. We going to 4,200 plus communities, visiting 270s. Presidential candidate in Bawumia pe now got 274 constituencies.
Easy.
All the others no 42. 15. Now we are winning elections, no.
Now we are dealing with some more conflict.
Let's have a quiet and Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp 42. Also person the president. 42. Uda 3 days, 4 days, and so on. But we're back to back. On Saturday basis, 274 constituencies, and the impact is there. A car woman. Oh boy, we did this as we go on. I want to develop this body of knowledge.
John,
you know, say Professor Smart, ekasa. And you are ekasa. Come ma example be because towards 2016 election. What am I coming?
So see next week.
We have 3 you say towards 2016 election.
Ben Pan or drama James.
No man say chama ona moderator.
And to Ben have 3 towards 2016 election.
Yeah, I don't know where there is.
Yeah, boka. Eko for researcher. If you baby. Research or the bet 2 years. Now come 3 weeks to elections here. Community by community. I had to say. Electoral commission say. The difference that you saw. So I'm not surprised about some body of knowledge will develop. We should encourage you. Others are also doing their best, but at the end of the day, you know.
Kofi Akwa, a former National Youth Organizer of CPP, also the comments of JB about the need to sell some state enterprises shocks me and scares me as an Nkrumahist. If the supposed state enterprises have lost their mandate, they shouldn't privatize, they should diversify and keep a close eye on the management. Tell JB also that we know the power of production and digitalization. That's why they are in power. Question: what happened to their promise to transform economy from taxation to production 8 years later? Ask my brother Smart Sarpong. I'll say on the Wamau. Minim Nintia Wamau. John Boedu has also then. John Boedu has usurped the program with his smartness. Loving seeing Kumasi. Good morning. Tell my good friend JB, good work done. That is the spirit of the MPP. As for Professor Sarpong's research, we are working on it, and I can confirm there are university students who are still undecided. Sasa and now a day and no ebaye, and then where are they? 1 2 1 2 1 2. Well, I'll leave it here for now. May I say there be me Dr. Ben, one part of my JBS one pay. But Prof, Obisum can't tell say, baby, which are no network, no vote no. I Tonkwasi number 1, number 2. Co a J camp. Now only be free. My production team. Only Nintia. Only say you were. Okay, say I said that way. I knew it. You were serious cocoa farmer and farmer. You knew any mado.
Oh, I see.
And
only baby. And now, oh, for new DBS. It took cars and say, hey. Any or say Tonkwasi number 1, number 2,
Yes.
Co a J camp. Yeah, them.
That's a no so over Manaka dances sweat rock and so. See, sir, a honor pepe.
Any mado. Oh, you cuckoo cratch yampa. Yo. Dr. Ben.
Yeah, man, we serious protest. Next time, say me bahana JB or hame.
But
me buy or tea any more di mbaka so nkasa.
Wait.
What tea any more wa ade wa be yo he.
Wait.
Tell me only say one kasa waka me nyemre.
Debbie.
I na me dey so say obi kasa me interrupting because now sign say obi twa no so.
Okay.
No dey share for.
It is say me na me problem no. Say the man say only JB ba. Memo edi kan kasa.
Very good. Enu mo me.
That is on kasa we adoko.
Ade don kasa we adoko. Ade so kasa we anoko. But obisi JB.
Yes.
Some of you can say Ghana for be so jam as a political party and as a government. Me can say Mramina po how be part of for DDEP.
Yeah.
Sa DDEP a dear Hanipa Bibre. Ain't it's as if they say more addressing those issues to be na nipe bi dia on yam Papa Sika ho.
No pennies come Sika.
Na say wo sika na ho na ne yeketo bi ni aka na wo bi a wo sisi ahun kasa bi
so who be bent to gazo aka na dia ma no so e una
da bi osu wa wie but say onu mba esu bi enti
Kwame no kre and I can tell you say so because obi ahu atono ana aban obi ani agye ho a na nipa krokra oboa even the mere fact say you implementing free SHS kra no omo business people omo private secondary school has been affected. Affect your income and revenue. The abai juma de untumi nyane ni nyina pepe sa. At this time no time she say between the candidates any candidate nyame adom ono so edi president ni bi da no emu de ene betumi ne akoyenim. As for challenges, we will always come back to address them because it has never been easy for the Ghanaian over the period. Only that we've done policies that total effects among a lot of people. It may not be direct in your pocket, obviously. It may not be direct in the pocket. Challenges so challenges are say the new areas are here come. Say incomes no any revenues need increase here. You bet to me.
Pa yes
onye Chairman,
Dr. Ben, tell me to me pon.
Chairman, na o ma je bi aye mi bi.
Uncha wan. Kwa na we ogro sa.
Wanye o. Aye you kra mi mo du sin no. You be fa the same staircase na akoso.
We share side.
Chairman IGP Etufu.
Yeah.
Say obia nhwe nanamuntu yi na yenyina yedi nkomo a ye kwa aka 15 days na ye koto aba. Say obia na dwen say chinchina twan me na medi nkonim me aya na menyanka politicians nka say nyame aduma ye be wini ma obi ankoka say eye den ya ye na ye be wini
chinchina
da bi nyankopon pe na tumi woni nsem ise ye ti ha ye kan ono te so ni be wini nti wa ye di na ohwe na ni e bebe bia chema election de and this is dam na pai nti Champions League so ye ni second room no be winning ni o ma ka nyina amari enti yamfa nhye etrim se abana ye koto no ebetumi aba se obedi nkonim ebetumi aba so se unni nkonim ana se be obedi ntwo ni ebeba bia na nka wogetum se susu ampa nyankopon na ope se ebem o kai se tama President Mahama elusu election o si won lusu se o kai a edu ba bi ono asa ka se nyankopon na o share da pese olusu na MPP ba na omo ye niema emwaye no aman na nkasa de atoto ho ame yehu nti se nyankopon na ni opeso winu no obewini na mmom ye besre yɛnhwɛ yɛ kasa yie yɛayere yɛ ho between December last year and ne chema akosora but ɛyɛ anisa yɛnhwɛ sɛ police for no small na man who video bi ɛhɔ anam sɛ chema jenu awo fa mo na aka mo soja ni bi wɔ sɛ mo bɛ yɛ bɛbu mo video na mani agye pa o say me ma obi an ya rough ya o to aba wi akofie mo be ya bɛbu mo
o me ya me nkɔ for but
na don't can say bi
there be one kasa yi one kasa yi one kasa yi yes ani kasa
ma obi
but the only thing so say kyerɛ say soldier for no
men kontra ba bi ya say o kontra
omo de no nye public engagement debi
I say, Obeto Aba.
Ubi ako
say do
mo ba ni e be kan o bi e be se mu
oho nyina o kan fine oho nyina o kan
o ya wa dwen say
nipa kakra bi person be say the peace of this country
mabo oho no wanka say oho no wanka say
o be disturb the peace of this country in fact me support say omomo
deputy o kan say so ye wa dwen say o de basa yo be ba yempeni ye do be fa mbra kwan so na ye ni obedi nu nyonyo ene ye one o be basa ye be bo
police ni
share difference
so ya ni do be fa mbra kwan so
o se police for do be fa mbra kwan
police for na do bo edu be dia
only say me dia anything soldier me support but we dia
I disagree with you chairman me say we dey person ya obi ya flower pot we fefe no dia na ho na afi ne yekopa ne chairman me talk bi wa etere dia chairman sa enso so na ya kwachi
da bi eno so regional minister wa nya de
regional minister ko
ano ko bubu akonya no wanya de ya nya se
wa bubu no
oho na assembly wo ho
o sa ka ye che no
MC wo ho DC wo ho task force wo ho planning officer all you do as regional minister is pick up a phone and call somebody you don't go there physically
chairman in all fairness chairman say nyama kra anko yi a chairman me no mienu and regional minister way how many times am ma ha e me kan kire Madina MC mi hu ne da but the first we German go for ton ade wo footbridge no so
say onim leadership kakra
sure
me leadership course and query but in leadership you will be a friend emotional intelligence you will be a friend emotional intelligence
over again say Salifu Amankwa da so nenam ho
running second ho yes Salifu Amankwa ne ko
Salifu Amankwa
me say but
na wan say Salifu Amankwa nkwala ne nko
enti identity na regional minister wan suma
he might have done so because in his speech he insisted say mamumfa aha and an
enti fa phone na fro bi no nya adwuma no ma
say what for phone I say na mo leaders mo nya hwe
o de ni wie no enti police for no IGP nko a ontumi nya adwuma ni nyina besre emma ye nkodu ba bi say bibi asi ba bi na asi police car petronim me yente sansem no enti bibi bia o mo hia bia logistical readiness e o say o mo hu say adwuma na e ko no enkankan abato na e ba so no the stakes are very high enti o mo nyiro mo so o mo do mo hu be shim. It is not for nothing tia case or money can to maba. Na o manya mere no matumi ahwe so ma ye so ya ka no ye di mra so enti police for no IGP ebedi manim munyina individual bia ye di adwuma be hye onsa no hwe say won so obeye wadwuma no waye ni because ya hwe ni ye ni eba mani park akra bi ene ya yesi ya kira ya yesi na chema omo aya omo say twa ntro akese pa radio stations abai NMC also almost as ye no more edin komo se train ye be ma ya mom chema obehu na say oh ye hu so obi afa ballot box or di dwane oba ko he na nye no kre eno so ema nkofo akoma ekoso enti
oni ni tia besre oni max okopidjuba
gehok
was send message only 3 words Kwame Fioko oh, Ghana, come on your file.
This is for some more. Me do Kwame Pamu.
What trying to say? I say Kwame. Fioko. Chese Kofi Ghana. Some make I know the all. Kofi Ghana. Obian himself me. Eba soldier for ma mi jinemo din. Apart from soldier PK, I believe is the most disciplined institution. But see Ojango Warfare School. Kakaka. Yan kasasa.
Police for do be fa brakaso. Do mo ba ho a. Wo jije ma no mutu ka be do wa.
Ena ombebo. Ena mia minia Titus Glover. He went overboard. Ona JB ni me nya adwen.
Bedu ni nyina.
Ena Kofi Ghana so dia ba se Kwame Fioko. Kofi Ghana, you made my day, man.
Political parties, you know.
Oh my God.
You are your agent. Na sebi insuya obenum onibi inti okonum siaba. E komede no. Anka munya no double crank ba akoko num suya na ba akote ho. Na obema wo opponent e ma wo agent aduane didia. Ene odi wie no da say wo awasem.
Professor Sarpong next week me hu.
Yes sir.
By that time now ya horo kakra fine here to us. Dr. Ben Medasi, JB what's the Friday baba? Should we hold you to it?
Yes.
Friday.
Promise